looks like a bomb site, but unlike at Crystal Palace on Saturday, this game is on. Leeds United against Nottingham Forest. The rebuilding is on inside the ground too. The new-look South Stand with £1 million spent on it. And of course the team's also had a spot of refurbishment. Howard Wilkinson's trip to the summer sales took his total Leeds shopping bill above £10 million. Rodney Wallace was his most expensive 1991 recruit from Southampton. The First Division has no more slippery customer. Also never backward at coming forward, England left-back Tony DeRigo. Second six-figure buy from Chelsea, full of pace and determination. And for Steve Hodge, tonight is extra special. He starts the season against the team he played for last season. Well, needless to say, Brian Clough didn't put the money from selling Hodge into the Building Society, trying to turn a much-admired team into championship material. He beat others to the £2 million goal-scoring power of Teddy Sheringham from Millwall, Britain's top scorer last season. And Carl Tyler from Barnsley, £1.4 million to give the England under-21 defender a taste of First Division football. And he takes his place in this lineup. Here's John Help.
Brian Clough has lost England's #1 defender Des Walker for at least a month with hamstring trouble. Steve Chettle replaces him as partner to Tyler, and there's a first call as substitute for ex-Huddersfield fullback Brian Laws. This is how Leeds look at the start of the campaign, with John McClelland, highly impressive in pre-season, keeping out Mel Sterland, and Gary Speed preferred to Hodge, who sits alongside Sterland on the bench. The new season gets off with a bang, a fireworks display for the fans, and they'll be hoping for a similarly spectacular display from their team. And here come the teams together. Leeds led by Gordon Strachan, who says the players were so let down by the anticlimax of not having a game last Saturday. They're raring to go all the more.
Brian Clough, the game's longest-serving manager, takes his seat here. I wonder if his mind goes back to 1974 when he was manager of Leeds United.
And now the smoke has cleared from the fireworks. We can see tonight's referee is Neil Midgley, one of the most respected officials in the game. He had charge of Nottingham Forest against Leeds on the last day of last season. He's just counted to make sure there are 22 players out there. The first task of a referee. And now Leeds United's season is underway. Forest, of course, with one game already under their belts, having beaten Everton last Saturday 2-1. Well, some people thought that Gary Speed's place might be the one in most jeopardy, with Steve Hodge at £900,000 ready to come in, but Speed has kept his place, virtue of excellent pre-season form. Wilkinson has said Speed's been the best player pre-season. That's DeRigo's cross. His first touch of the ball as a Leeds player in league football. That will be a Leeds throw. Referee and linesman both saw that. The ball came off Stuart Pearce. And Tony DeRigo was telling me before the game how much he was looking forward to tonight. It was such a disappointment not to play at Crystal Palace. And here Chapman will pose a threat inside the area, and Leeds have a first-minute corner. Lee Chapman, another playing against his old club here. He scored a couple at the City Ground in that 4-3 match. Strachan's corner, Leeds looking for the early goal. It didn't reach Chapman. And Nigel Clough leads the Forest breakout. Crosby. And an offside flag against Roy Keane. We'll see him taking up some very advanced situations. Wrestled off the ball by Batty. And those two are going to be, if you'll excuse me saying so, keen competitors. The pun wasn't intended. Crunching tackle, but the ball won by Fairclough. He's found Strachan as well, and the tackle back by Kennel was overzealous. Free kick given. Strachan staying down for the moment. Doesn't look a bit like he's down, does he? Archie Gemmell is the one leaning forward there and just propping himself up on Brian Laws in the blue t-shirt, and that's his lad. Come on, cut it out, says Neil Midgley. And the 34-year-old Strachan takes the free kick for Leeds. Chapman can't get there though, and Nigel Clough clears it. It's a real dads and lads night, this. Leeds playing it out from the back. McClellan now opts for the longer ball up. Chapman challenging for break here for Gary Speed. Skillfully done! And a sweeping effort from Speed, which missed the upright by no more than a couple of feet. Harry Wilkinson has praised Gary Speed's performances before the start of the season, and here he shows tremendous sharpness. The ball coming down from Chapman, left foot, right foot, just wide. Boy Keane, one of the outstanding young discoveries of last season. Nigel Clough onside, knocked over by Fairclough. Can't give him. Interesting, just 8 minutes gone, a Forest free kick, and on the bench, signs for Steve Chettle to get back. He wanted to be up there amongst it all. Leeds have everybody behind the ball. Watch for a left-footed rocket from Stuart Pearce here. Sheringham's there too, but it will be Pearce and gets it through. It just took a deflection from a Leeds leg. And Forest have their first corner. From Gary Crosby, clipped up there, and Lukic, solid punch, but it's played back in by Keane. Not as far as Pearce, we know he can hit them, and it rocked Lukic and nearly knocked him backwards. The England fullback so adept from that sort of range. He got an amazing 16 goals for a fullback last season, and here he was looking for one, and it shook Lukic. Picked up by McAllister for Leeds. Strachan loses it. Back his speed. Questions about his work rate last season, no question about that tonight. Chapman finding McAllister. Oh, that's a good return ball to him as well. That's just a bit too close to Pearce. Speed trod on it, slipped, fell, and still found Strachan. And here's Chapman looking for one. We've arrived at the 10th minute without a goal. But some good pressure from both sides. Leeds looking to turn the screw again here. McAllister drives it in and under the body of Crossley. It's the start Leeds required. Jubilation all around Ellen Road. And Gary McAllister, whose first goal in Leeds colours was against Forest last season, has broken the deadlock on 10 minutes. The long throw got them unsettled. Chapman's flick on, the break to McAllister, who rifles it under Crossley. Perfect start, and Lee Chapman again showing his prowess in the air, and McAllister his with the right boot, lethal. And it's his 50th league goal. Batty wins it, McAllister nudging it on. Pearce, and again they look to break offside, and believe it or not, there were 4 of them off. We've had a succession of free kicks, most of them to Leeds. And here's another one from White. net product of that is a throw-in. John McClellan happy to take them, he can take them long. He's taken over every role from Mel Sterling, including this one. Aimed towards Chapman, it's beyond him. McAllister tries to get it again and comfortably knocked away, but a free kick against Leeds. Well, there were hoots, the offence was nowhere near there. Sensibly, Mr. Midgley said, let's go on with it. What does it matter, a couple of yards there. Batty fulfilling a deep lying role up towards McAllister. Now Wallace, and Speed calling for it on his left. Wallace has 4 red shirts in front of him. Takes them all on. Great crossing. Chapman just denied by the stretching arms of Crossley. And that was exciting, the first time we've seen Wallace really, but Forrest come on the break with Keane. He's got 2 men on his right, one of them Sheringham. Clough stretches to keep the momentum going for Forrest. He's found Gemmell. Gemmell trying to work away past White. Can't do so, and Keane looked to handle it. It matters not, Mr. Midgley waves play on because McAllister's in the possession. Wallace to take on Charles, and this is a race between 2 thoroughbreds. Garriga has the chance to play a good one, and this time Leeds are certainly on top of their game at the moment in hustling Forrest out of things. They've not allowed them any concerted moves at all. Speed again reacted first. He's found Strachan. The first time cross aimed towards Wallace, gathered by Crossley. And away comes England's new fullback Gary Charles. Remember, he made his debut on the Australasian tour. Played against New Zealand. And then England won 2-0. John Lukic has come at least halfway towards the halfway line. That will be the limit of his adventurous approach. It's run through and it's given another chance. And flicked round that upright from Speed, who seems to be involved in most things. The young Welsh international has made a big impact in the first 20 minutes of this game. And it's indicative of his early season form. Watch him go for it there, and he reacts so sharply again. He is on song. Corner for Leeds, driven by Strachan, headed out by Keane. There's no doubt Gary Speed has added an extra dimension to his game. Can't be bad when you've got 2 internationals on the subs bench. Mel Sterling just touching his toes, Steve Hodge taking a rest by the look of it. Chettle header straight to Strachan, and that might catch Crossley unawares. It was dipping. Strachan even appealed with boyish enthusiasm that the ball had gone over the line. It hadn't. Well, there's a good ball, and Sheringham's through the middle. Chris Fairclough coming back, gives chase and wins it. Critical intervention there when Sheringham had got clear. Fairclough will be pleased with that. Lukic is getting further and further forward with these clearances. Wallace heading it on, Chapman and Chettle. And once more McClelland will take a long throw, there's nobody gone short. Leeds have 5 players inside the penalty area. A couple are lurking just outside it. Comes to none of them. Forrest work it away nicely. That's a good ball for Charles. It was from Keane. That's an even better one for Sheringham. We might have to stretch here. Batty excellently done. That's international play. Offside, Jensen. Well, he enjoyed having the crack anyway. From Batty, transferred up to Chapman. Nice header down to Strachan. He's got McClelland outside him. The first time cross. There's an unsure touch from Keane, and there's a handball here. Four men in the area. There's Chapman, one of them, but well beaten to it that time by Tyler. Broke for Batty. Nice move down the right, however. Now McClelland, it's a throw-in. The Leeds not finding it hard to get their crosses into the area at the moment. Nice one too, McAllister and speed. Now Dorigo comes into it. Checks inside. He might have a go. Well, drills it in, and Lee Chapman was a hair's breadth away. Well, that would have been a strange goal. Coming in as the last man, Lee Chapman almost profited. Dorigo, a bit of a daisy cutter this, and it slices off a Forest boot, and Chapman was almost in. Given away. What a chance that was for Forest, and brave keeping to deny Jensen by Lukic. Pearce, in fact, it was Stuart Pearce there who got him. The ball really given away, and Stuart Pearce had continued his run. Lukic held on. Breaks for Crosby, centre circle, plenty of movement ahead of him, and Charles desperately trying to get up down the right hand side. Now Nigel Clough, who's so intuitive in these situations, who to give the ball to. That was to Gemmell, touch from Sheringham, they're in here, and a fine stop again by Lukic, but he's still got to scramble across and fist it away, and a great double effort by the £1 million keeper. Leeds break, Chapman has to stay onside on the right, Wallace has to do the same on the left. He receives now from Strachan. Can't get past Charles, who's an accomplished right back. Excellent work by John Lukic in the Leeds goal though. Now it's Strachan again. Batty. Leeds looking for a second, 5 minutes from half time. Not with that cross. The cross pass won't reach Jensen. Well, Lukic has kept Leeds in it twice in the last few minutes with his saves from Pearce and from Gemmell. And Leeds were looking for a free kick. Referee said play on, and he's kept it going. Ooh, Sheringham, straight to Strachan. He was unable to take advantage quickly. Oh, but he's got past Gemmell beautifully. Strachan, great run by the little Scotsman, and the ball through as well. Wallace comes, brave goalkeeping by Crossley. That was Strachan at his best though. Mark Crossley so alert. Useful ball in towards Clough, and White taking it on the chest. Forest fans howling over there for a penalty. The referee was close enough. And he now points to the dressing room. It's half-time here. And Gary McAllister struck a hammer blow for Leeds with a goal in the 10th minute, driven under the body of Mark Crossley. And it's that McAllister goal which separates the teams at half-time. We'll be back with the second half after the break. But for the moment, it's Leeds 1, Forest 0. Welcome back to Ellen Road as we start the second half with Leeds a goal to the good, and both sides leaving starting the second half as they started the first. No changes in personnel. And Leeds being brought clear by Fairclough. And now forward from McClellan, but straight to Stuart Pearce, England's Premier left back. And an interesting contrast tonight with Pearce on the Forest side and his number one challenger for his England spot, Tony DeRigo, making his debut for Leeds. He's on as even so far. Pearce is probably seen in more of an attacking guise for Forest because he does get so many goals for them. DeRigo's done some good defensive work. And it's Forest straight away attacking the Kop with this sprightly right back. Charles, a thunderous shot! Flicked over by Lukic, and Gary Charles there, who's only ever scored one goal. That was in the Cup semi-final against West Ham. Really got behind that one, and it could have caught Leeds cold at the start of the second half. Fortunately, Lukic was still hot. But his fingers are, and he's up there again. Oh, and he didn't collect it cleanly. Well, he's made one breathtaking save and then almost gave it away. It's going to spin out here for Jemson. Encouraging start for Forest, and Jemson trying to tease on the right foot. The next goal might well be crucial to the outcome of this game. If Leeds can get two in front, you would fancy them. If Forest get one, they're right back in it. And they've certainly looked capable of doing that if they string things together. And they're coming up in droves now. It's like a red tide surging forward. Crosby has stayed out wide right this time. Now he comes in field. It's a good tackle. Leeds closed their men down well then. Charles and Gemmell combining. And again Charles here, he's got the chance to play it in once more, flat though. And Chapman's little header down looking for Wallace, but he couldn't get there ahead of Gemmell. Sheringham held it up nicely there, and now Jemson takes the ball away from Strachan, gets it back here from Pearce. It's a dangerous one and it's gone beyond everybody. But there are alarm bells ringing in the Leeds defence, the way Forest have come out so purposefully after the break. And much of it has been concentrated around Nigel Jemson. He went on there, took a lovely return ball, from Pearce, but he just couldn't direct the cross. This match is a long way from over. Well, matches between these two sides tend to be attractive. Instance the 4-3 result at the City Ground at the end of last season. Forest have only ever won here 5 times, and this is their 30th visit. But it's attractive enough despite the fact we've had only 1 goal. Solid tackles there. This one is in towards Keane, and McClelland's head around a good one. Strachan can't control it. Jensen looking to deliver a telling pass, finds Clough. This is where Clough is dangerous, might try a dip himself, smacks it in, and Lukic for the second time is nearly knocked over by the power of an opposition shot. And that has brought Mick Hennigan off his seat on the touchline to stand hands on hip and stare. And there is the shot coming in now from Nigel Clough, which Lukic really felt. Really has been playing into Forest's hands when they pinged those long balls up with Chettle and Tyler both there. Wallace, of course, only about 5'6" or so. Now's another little man, Strachan. He tried to nick it through. It struck Pearce's knee. Leeds still battling away edge of the Forest area. It breaks for Crosby. Driven low, straight at Batty. A chance for him to come forward. Leeds trying to get a bit of width in, but Dorigo's ball disappointing. Some rare old tussles going on here, and Pearce sliced it. Chapman just couldn't get there. Forest under pressure, more than they've been in the half. But the linesman's flag coming to their rescue. And there might just be an injury here because Nigel Jensen has stayed down off the touchline. And anxiously, they've got Liam McCain out to treat him. Brian Laws and Gary Parker are both warming up. Brian Clough looks fairly calm about it all. Nice to see him in his shorts on a lovely balmy evening here in Leeds. Then it's Chapman and Tyler's in first, but it breaks for Strachan, and Chapman stayed down, but Wallace is in possession for Leeds. Leeds who are looking for something a bit different maybe now. McClelland loops it in, and this time it's a clear header, inches away for Gary Speed. We've seen it so many times at Ellen Road where Speed times his runs to perfection and heads the ball into the net. Well, this time he timed the run, he didn't quite direct the header. .65 minutes gone and a Chris White free kick for Leeds, which McClelland nods on, and McAllister's made a good run here. McClelland's long throw is towards Chapman, who tries to turn, and it's belted over by Wallace with the aid of a deflection. Leeds corner. This is Rodney Wallace's first chance in the game to get his name on the score sheet. Tyler for once missed it, And it was teed up by Chapman for him. Wallace got a couple of goals against Forest last season for Southampton, one in the Cup, one in the league. So he got a couple against them the season before as well, so he likes playing against them. Here comes speed, it's another corner. Can Leeds get a second? Fairclough makes a run, it's going beyond him. Chapman's flick on! Over the top this time, goal kick. Jameson holding off Strachan. He might lose it in the end. He didn't because McAllister ran over it. And Charles in the right back position sets off for Forest. Gamble, the playmaker. Clough losing out, and Dorigo bringing it away nicely. Chapman. Good ball skills from the big centre forward. Now another big man comes in, roaring onto it, McClelland. Chapman again. And this time he is clattered in the back by Tyler. He really felt that one, Chapman. Says I was going for the ball. Well, by the time Chapman has received his treatment, Forest and Tyler will be facing a free kick right on the edge of the area. Another foot and that would have been a penalty. It's got to be said that he has been impressive, Carl Tyler, and he's come to terms with First Division life. A Leeds free kick. The quartet around it, Strachan and Speed, Dorigo and McAllister. Now then, who fancies a go? Who can see a way through? Dorigo again against the wall. Here's Chris White on the right foot. Now on the left foot. Chris White perhaps took a fraction too long. And Forest got bodies in the way of Chris White. 4 goals last season. Looking for his first this. A Leeds throw, just over 20 minutes left. Dorigo. Oh, and taken away by Pearce with Fairclough in a challenging position. It's going to be a Leeds throw. I think Strachan's telling Fairclough to leave it because his height might be valuable inside the penalty area. Forest have such a big defence with the likes of Chettle and Tyler, and Sheringham who's gone back. It's difficult to get the ball over the top of them. McClelland tries to do that. Chapman, there's the flick, and they were all in there for it. Fairclough, Wallace challenges for it. Here's Dorigo again. Chapman's in there, gets the header in straight at Crossley. Leeds have livened up. And this is the moment that Howard Wilkinson has decided his presence is required on the bench rather than up in the stands. Forest playing it around the back. 16 minutes to go, they're a goal down. Forest pressure here though. The corner given, Lukic couldn't keep it from going out. And Forest have sent up the heavy artillery. 5 men inside the penalty area. They only need one of them. It's going to break here maybe for Pearce, who rifles it in. Like a shot from a gun. Stuart Pearce cracked that one all along the ground, and it required all Lukic's presence of mind to cope with it. Nobody in British football hits a ball better. That flew along the turf. Batty and Dorigo playing by themselves at the moment. It's still a slender advantage that Leeds hold. Wallace to McAllister. Well, he's got past him by hook or by crook. Has he got a corner out of it? I think he has. Good work from McAllister. And again Leeds hunt the second. They just need a break. Not from that, however. Clough able to clear. Back up front, Wallace. Oh, a clever flick from him, and speed drives it over the top. It was a pure touch from Wallace, however, which opened the door for Speed. Speed's had a couple of good chances tonight. Just watch this deft touch from Wallace, however. That's quality, and the finish just didn't match it. Harry Speed's got 10 league goals, however, in his previous appearances. Wallace in good harness with him. Charles for Forest. Long, very long indeed, and Lukic doesn't quite get there, but fortunately for him, neither did Teddy Sheringham. Now it's Jemson for Forest. Again, danger signs for Leeds as Pearce tries to work the Oracle inside the penalty area, and Chris White does the only thing open to him by putting it out of play for a corner kick. And Forest have 11 minutes left in which to overcome the deficit. Starting with this corner. Pearce again is in there, this time with the head. Crosby darting after it. Chapman has to be careful, but Leeds play their way out of trouble. Now it's forward for Wallace. Only one Leeds player ahead of Wallace, however. He wants to take on Forest by himself here. He's got 3-4 Forest men around him, and he's done really well. And he's found McClellan, and he's gone darting back in trying to get the ball, and McClellan didn't read the situation. Wallace had stopped running. But that was what the Leeds public have paid to see. Rodney Wallace in full flight. Badly given away to Chapman. McAllister, what screaming for it. He really wants to get his name on the sheet. This looks better from the Leeds point of view. Strachan all along the ground. He now uses McAllister. Cutting inside McAllister. Strachan again. Twisting and turning. They're trying to open them up. Now it's the longer ball, back post, and it might be too long. No, kept in. Dorigo to fire it in again. There's still 4 men inside the area. It's taken an eternity to come to anybody, however. And eventually Chettle knocked it out. 9 minutes to go. Well, Steve Hodge, I'm sure, would love a taste of even 5 or 6 minutes action against Nottingham Forest. Both he and Mel Sterland are hoping to get their chance any minute now. Oh, McClelland had nobody behind him, and nobody called then either. He looked a bit surprised, and that brought Messrs Wilkinson and Hennigan off their feet. Clough tussling for it. Now Batty releasing it up the middle. Here goes Wallace again. And he might still break away. Trying to get around Chettle this time, one way or another. Twisting and turning corkscrew-like. Forest have got men back quickly. Wallace, great ball in for Speed, and he's missed another chance. Leeds might well have had it wrapped up tonight if Gary Speed had his shooting boots on. Super ball in from Wallace. And Gary Speed has had 3 of the best chances of the night. 3 you would normally expect him to put away. Crossley covered it well, mind you. Lovely ball from Wallace. Pearce will start from his own half. Leeds 1, Forest 0. All eyes now on referee Midgley. The crowd looking for that final whistle. It came off Jemson's heel, and now Dorigo does well under pressure from Crosby. Chapman. Oh, and Chapman's done so well there to wrestle the initiative. Speed comes, he's got Strachan wide. Speed might try to do it all himself. No, he'll feed Strachan now. He'll sensibly slow things down. No point in rushing things, they're a goal ahead. And Strachan's seen it all before, he knows that. And although that's probably going to go dead, it will be a goal kick. And surely now that final whistle can't be long delayed. Mr. Midgley has a good look. And Leeds belatedly begin their campaign with 3 points and a victory over Nottingham Forest. Disappointment for Brian Clough. He sportingly shakes the hands of the Leeds staff, last of all Howard Wilkinson. And it's Wilkinson's team that have got the 3 points, courtesy of Gary McAllister's 10th minute goal, and in the end that proved enough, despite a very good Forest effort in the second half. We'll be back after the break with reaction, more highlights and results for you. That's coming up after this break.
I thought that was an excellent advert for First Division football.
John, thank you.
What was your impression of the overall standard of the game?
Well, I thought Leeds played better than we did. They won 1-0. We could have just sneaked something along the line, but obviously we didn't, and congratulations to them.
Very good battle between Carl Tyler, who's a young man just come into the First Division, and Lee Chapman, who was a bit of a warhorse in the First Division.
I think Lee Chapman won the battle.
Were you pleased with Carl Tyler?
At the moment, not bad.
Gary, the perfect start to the season for you personally and for the team.
Yeah, it was very important for us to go off the 3 points and in front of the home fans after having a blank Saturday, so we're very pleased with the start, yeah.
Did that G you up all the more, the fact that you'd had such an anticlimax?
Yeah, it's always disappointing when you prepare for 6 weeks, you know, when you're prepared for 6 weeks pre-season training and there's no game, and you've got to wait another 3 or 4 days. It did G us up, yeah. A little bit more hungry.
It was a really competitive game tonight, probably the best sort of match you could have gone in with.
Yeah, games against Forest are always wide open, you know what I mean, and I thought they competed better than they normally do. So yeah, it was a good game for the fans to watch.
Here, a lot of managers say they find it the most intimidating atmosphere still in the game. Is this something that you talk to your players about?
Leeds?
Yeah.
That doesn't bother me at all. I got sacked here after 44 days. I'll stick Leeds up your you-know-what.
Yes, that's right.
It doesn't intimidate me at all. And it doesn't intimidate any of our players. We've been beaten by a better side tonight. Congratulations to, I didn't call him Big Head.
No, you got into trouble, I think, with that, did you, last week?
No, I didn't. Because he's a big head.
Just less than 30,000 here. Did the players respond to the atmosphere?
I've never heard nothing like it. I mean, when the game started, the noise was absolutely tremendous. And for me, it was great playing in front of that sort of crowd. And I'm sure with this sort of support every week, we'll do very well at home.
Howard Wilkinson is obviously building a formidable squad. I mean, you're obviously pleased to be a part of it. How far do you think you can go?
I think we've got to believe we can go, all the way. But obviously, it's not going to be easy. We know that. Just got to get down and play, each game and try and do our best.
If Jemson and me and your manager here at Leeds tried to get through the gates at the same time, there would be a traffic jam. John, thank you for your company and good night.
Thank you. Very kind of you.
My pleasure, sir.
And here's an unusual moment. Brian Clough, even in defeat, making it a night his young admirers will remember for the rest of their lives.
Anybody else fancy a cuddle?
Not me, Brian.
Not mine. You fancy cuddle?
And so from Ellen Road to Bramall Lane.